This is your chance to say to your grandchildren, that's me on the Marillion album going, ooh. This is called Charting the Single.
So what can you really say about this country? I've been here 2010, 11, 13, 19, and now 2020. It's a shithole. Weather goes from extreme hot to extreme cold depending on whether it's winter or summer. It's very brown and dusty for about 90% of the country, and it's dangerous. Not just because of the people that want to slit your throat, but for the snakes, scorpions, and certain parts of the country, malaria. Besides that, it's my honest opinion that we and the other coalition forces will never change things here. You can't change thousands of years of tribal fighting. All they have is time, and they're willing to wait if that's what it takes. I do find it funny that in the early to mid-70s that Afghan used to be a snow-skiing mecca for Europe and Asia. Now it's just a shell, bombed-out shell. Is there anything good to say about the country? In my opinion, not really. Some people are really trying to make a change, but there's just too much tribal law and tribal hatred going on. So I'm giving Afghanistan a Slanger rating of 1. Stay away. Don't bother coming here. Okay, this one can get touchy. I was here in 2007, 2008. What I'm about to say might be taken the wrong way, and I don't mean to offend anybody. This is just my experience. So, here we go. Now, this is a strange one. And what I mean by that is the ecosystem of the country and its vastness. I mean, you can go from lush green forests to swamps to barren deserts, and it can take you days to cross some of these areas. So my first stop in Australia was Alice Springs. I was there for work at a place just outside of town. So I can say this about the people. Let's first talk about the originals, the indigenous. From what I saw in Alice Springs, very nice. Now, I don't know if it was because of that's just the way they are, or it was due to me being an American, or whatever the reasons are, but I got along really well with them. I really got into their local art scene also, and the stories that they told through their crafts that they were selling. But I also did see a lot of poor standards of living among them too. There is a definite class divide between the indigenous and I guess you want to say the regular, what we would see as locals, I guess. I'm not really sure how to classify that. I got along well with them too. They like to go out, they like to talk, and they have a lot of stories. Kangaroos. That was the first time I ever saw kangaroos and wallabies also. The roos are huge and very quick and temperamental. The wallabies are small, chill, and don't really mind people. I also ate both of them. Well, not both of them. I should say I ate roo and camel. I like both, but I prefer roo meat over camel any day. And I found it funny that a lot of the locals think Foster's beer is shit beer. So a quick story about Alice and how far you really got to go. From where I was, one evening I noticed a dim light out in the distance. And I was talking to one of the guards out there, and I asked, what is that? And he said it was the state penitentiary. And I said, has anybody ever got out? And he replied back, no, but it's been close. If you can get out of your cell, over the wall, and across all that barren land, and make it to the city limits without getting shot at or eaten by dingoes, it's kind of an understanding that you're free. And that was pretty funny, I thought. From there, I went to Sydney. and stayed in a small town outside called Bondi Beach, as most of the other hotels that were available in the city proper were out of per diem range. Bondi was a nice, lazy, and good place to unwind. I tried surfing, but oh my god, that water was so damn cold. So I drove to Sydney to unwind and kind of warmed up my body in the King's Cross area. Also went sightseeing and did see the Opera House and had some very good wine. I would really like to have stayed longer in Australia, but my kids were young and I wanted to get back home. I would love to go back. I would probably give this Solange rating 7 out of 10. Go there, you won't be disappointed. And the Southern Cross is really beautiful to look at.
Join the scene.